Hi everyone, today I'm going to show a very interesting game between Nakamura and Giri. This was played at A cup. So let's quickly jump into the game. Naka was white. He started with b3. It's his usual opening. d5, bishop to b2 and c5. Yes, black grabs the center like this. So quite logical opening. Yeah, Nimzo-Larsen is this opening. e3, the classical move to open a bishop and to prepare d4, knight f6, and here the main move is actually knight to f3, but Naka goes for very nice setup with f4, kind of Dutch reversed. So g6 was played by Giri. That's very good move to open a bishop, so going to g7 or h6. Now Naka gave this check, so bishop covers and we take a bishop, queen takes, and now Naka developed his knight on f3, bishop g7, queen e2, castle, and in this position Nakamura played d3, which was quite a dubious move. Better is just to castle, knight c6 and knight e5, and there's only a slight advantage for black. But after this d3, yes, black developed a knight on c6, knight b to d2, and this was very good move now by Giri, just d4 and closing down this bishop. That was the main idea of d4. So e4 was played by Naka, and now b5, also very good move, controlling this square. And here it looks like that, yeah, in the opening there was something very wrong with Naka's approach. Computer says already -1 for black. Yeah, black has big space advantage. Also this bishop here is very bad. But let's continue. Castle and knight g4, very good move by Giri. So knight is entering here on e3. Rook f2 e1. Now bishop pressures this pawn here on f4. So g3 is the best move to defend, but now e5, very good move by Giri, taking, if white takes then knight lands here and there's actually a big pressure. So actually Naka took, but in this position the best defense would be to play f5. Now after takes, knight h4, takes on e4, d e4 and knight e3. White is still holding, although black is much better even in that line. So f5. Now rook a to e8 was played. Actually in this position there's very good move f5. And of course we have now two possibilities, either take en passant or take on f5. So let's consider first the first option, to take on f5. Now bishop e3 check, king g2. Now we can take a knight, knight e2, and we can take here. Yes, also if queen takes, then queen f5, and yeah, this open f file for black is decisive. But let's also consider this move, if taking en passant. Now rook f6 and black will double the rooks on f file, and yes, black is winning. So let's move on. After this move, rook a to e8 was played, a4, and a6. Quite solid move, a little bit too solid. Better would be just to go for attack with bishop to e3. According to the computer, of course, king g2, take on e5, a b5, bishop d2, knight takes here, and rook e5, queen d2, rook h5, so there's huge pressure on this pawn, h4 and f5. Also let's go a little bit back. Here also option was to take knight on e5, rook takes, a b5, and again rook h5, pressure here, knight f1, but again f5 really crushes the white's position. So very complicated line, but very interesting ones. So a b5, a b5, and here white has two options, either to go to bishop to c1 or bishop to a3. So bishop to c1 was played. Now bishop 3 check, king g2. And in this position, knight to f2 was played by Giri. Again, f5 is very good move here, ef5, gf5. So yeah, looks like that we're closing the f file, so that's not the best, but look at queen entering here and maybe some potential rooks jumps on h file. So white is winning here. Also here, if white takes en passant, then rook f6, rook f1, and knight jumps here. So black is winning actually here. But knight to f2 was played by Giri. And here in this position, Nakamura played knight to g1, which wasn't the best move. The best defense would be to play knight f1. Yeah, it looks quite scary, allowing queen to go here on h3 with check. But after king g1, we can take here. Very interesting move. So knight e3. Yeah, let's see what was displayed. If we take, yeah, it's a check, silly me. So we have to take bishop, knight e1, and here knight g5 is actually very accurate move for white, and black has to be really precise now. So queen h5 is the only move, and after knight g4 we have to play king to g7, knight h7, and very crazy move by computer, of course, d3 in this position. Funnily enough, yes. Why queen cannot take here? Because bishop h6 actually wins after, let's say, yeah, if king goes here to g8, then this loses queen. So king has to go here, but now we take a rook there, and after black recaptures, we can take another rook here. But this was funny line, so d3, attacking a queen. We take a knight. But now king g4, so we take another knight. That was deflection of the queen, defending this knight, as you saw. So knight f6, queen f3, queen d2, knight e5, knight takes rook, rook takes bishop e2, d c2, and queen to c2. So this was very complicated computer line, but very interesting ones. But after knight to g1, Giri took on e5. Knight f1 was played. Now we take a bishop. Bishop was under attack. Rook a to c1. Takes on c1. And now very beautiful move by Giri. f5. Just allowing white to just sacrificing this knight on f2. So queen takes knight. F e4. That now this was the point, of course. Queen is under attack. And after queen to d2, e3 was played. Yes, in this position also queen to e2 can be played, but it's nothing after e3 what to do. There's big threat of queen to d5, so white has to take d3, queen e3, and knight g4, queen c5, queen b7, and so on. So black is totally winning. Yes, after, let's say, king h3, we can take here, rook takes, and now knight f2. So where to go? King h4 and queen d7 threatens a huge checkmate. So only move is here, rook to e4, and now rook to f5. Actually, very strong pressure. So black is winning. But queen d2 was played, and now e3, knight takes e3, queen c6. King h3, d e3, rook takes, queen e6, another check, king g2, queen d5 check, and after king to h3, Giri found really a brilliant move. You can pause the video and find the best move here for black to play. Yeah, the best move in this position is actually knight to g4. And after this amazing move, Nakamura actually resigned. Yeah, let's try to understand why he resigned and what was the point of knight to g4. Yes, of course, the huge point is that rook is under attack. So let's say white tries to go like this. Now queen h5, king g2, and this would be a checkmate. But let's also consider after knight to g4. Let's see what happens. Okay, but I will take a knight, but then just queen to h5 is an amazing checkmate. So very beautiful game played by Giri, and probably also quite bad game played by Nakamura. And yeah, that's it. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.